Hi everyone, it's Nathaniel K here. I hope you're all doing well in these crazy times and managing to stay active, however that means, whether it be for going for walks or getting a little workout in every now and then. So hope you're staying active and staying healthy. With that being said, why don't we go ahead and jump into today's warm-up. So we're going to be starting off just with some side steps here, tapping it out, going side to side, starting to get that body warm. Okay, from here we're going to go ahead and add in our hamstring curl. So what that's going to look like is we're just going to bring the heel to the glutes as we step side to side. Give you a different angle here, just like that. Starting to get that body moving, get that heart rate up, get that body temp up. So that way, if you're doing a workout later, make sure you remain uninjured. Okay, from here, we're going to be moving into what I call around the world lunges. So that means we're going to be doing a forwards lunge, side lunge, and a back lunge. We'll be starting off with that right leg first. So transition to that in 3, 2, 1. So front lunge coming down. As we come down into that front lunge, making sure to get a 90-degree bend and a 90-degree bend. Then we come into our side lunge, stepping out to the side, making sure to keep the knee behind the toe. And then back lunge, same form as that front lunge, we're just leading with a different foot, different direction. When we switch sides, let's go to that left side now. Coming down in that front lunge, engaging those glutes, the hamstrings, the quads, side lunge, and back lunge. Switching sides, back to the right now, forwards, to the side, and to the back. To adjust the intensity here, just adjust how low you're going. Lower intensity, and a higher intensity we go lower, just like that. Okay? One more set on this side, and then we're going to be moving into some punching combinations. So, let's start off with this right foot back behind us. We bring the arms up, and we're going jab, cross, hook. Jab, cross, hook. We extend straight, straight, and then a bent arm. Breathing out with our punches. Let's go ahead and switch sides now. So the left foot's back, starting off with the right arm. Jab, cross, hook. Jab, cross, hook. Jab, cross, hook. Jab, cross, hook. Okay, we're going to move into some jump rope variations now. Coming right here. Okay, imagine you got a jump rope in your hands. If this exercise here is a little too much impact, you can go ahead and bring it down to just some calf raises, still incorporating those arm movements in. So we're really working those calves here, getting that heart rate up as well. After this, we're going to be moving into a good morning exercise variant, which is going to be working our glutes, our hamstrings, some erector spinae. So we'll go ahead and move into that in 3, 2, 1. So we'll be hinging at the hips, slight bend in the knees, coming down and extending back up just like that. Breathing in and out as we come up. In just a second, we're going to be adding in some additional movement here. We're going to add a tricep extension and a bicep curl. So as we come down, we go into the tricep extension. As we come up, bicep curl. Just like that. We really want to feel that contraction. Make sure we're keeping a flat back here, keeping that core engaged, and really using the hamstrings and glutes to pull us out of that position. Okay, from here, we're going to be moving into some abductor, adductor swings. We'll be transitioning that in just a couple bits. Just a couple more reps here. Okay, one more. And switch into those swings. So we're going to start with abduction. Foot goes out to the side and then comes back across the body. This is also working some balance here. So if you need to grab onto something, that's just fine. If you want to increase the intensity here, you can add in a pause, and then come back across, add in another pause. Make sure to be engaging that core here throughout this entire movement. Keep breathing through the movement as well. We switch into the other side in 3, 2, 1, and switch. Extend it out for that abduction, come across for that adduction. Just warming up those hips, and these, the glute medius and minimus that we're getting for abduction, those are really going to help with knee stabilization. Just a couple more reps here. We're going to be moving into a standing quad stretch next. We got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to switch into that stretch. Again, if you need something to stabilize yourself as you come into the stretch, feel free. So we're going to be grabbing on the foot here, not on the ankle, or we can also grab above the ankle, just not on the joint itself. And always remember that we're stretching until we feel tension, but not pain. So go ahead and hold that stretch for a little longer before we switch on to the other side. Make sure to take some deep breaths here. See if you can go a little deeper into that stretch. Take a couple more breaths and we'll be switching. Take one more big deep breath and switch to the other side here. Really lengthening that quadricep, running from the hip all the way down to the knee. Feel it lengthening as you pull back. Take a deep breath, and as you breathe out, see if you can lengthen just a little more. Okay? After we finish this exercise, we're going to be moving down to the floor. We're going to transition there in 3, 2, 1. So release that stretch. We're going to come down into a seated position on the floor, nice and safely. So we're going to start in a cross-legged position. We're going to be moving into a chest stretch as well as a bicep stretch. Okay? So what we're going to do, we're going to face our palms to the ground and extend them out behind us. Then we're going to imagine like we're pushing our sternum up into the corner of the room, just like this. Okay? Keep that core tight. For a more intense version of the stretch, you can go ahead and bring your arms out farther behind you to open up that chest and those biceps. For less intense, you just bring them closer towards you. Take a deep breath in, and as you breathe out, see if you can sink just a little farther into that stretch. Okay, we're going to be moving into a butterfly stretch next. So let's bring our feet together right here. Interlace the fingers around the toes. See how close you can bring your toes in towards the rest of your body. You also want to make sure you're keeping a flat back here. We don't want to be arching our back in this manner, but keeping the core tight, flat back. That's really going to help us start working on this stretch where we're opening up our adductors here as we sink down in. We're going to be moving into a variation of the butterfly stretch next, where we actually have our feet farther out from us. So let's take a deep breath here first. Breathe out. See if you can sink a little deeper into this stretch, making sure still to keep that flat back, but it's okay to hinge forwards a little bit to deepen. One more deep breath. And then let's transition into that extended butterfly position. So from this position, our feet are right here. We're going to extend them out till we get a 90-degree bend in our knee. We're going to make sure our toes are pointed back towards our shins. So we want this position, not this position. That's going to help us protect our knees. Keeping that flat back. If this stretch here is good enough for you, that's fine. If you want a higher intensity, you can go ahead and lean forwards, keeping that flat back. Here we're going to be working on really stretching those glutes and opening them up a bit. So everyone take a deep breath in, and as you breathe out, see if you can sink a little deeper into that stretch. making sure to stretch until you feel tension, but never pain. After this stretch, we're going to be moving into a hamstring stretch. So you can go ahead, come out of that. Then we extend one leg out in front. The other, we put the sole of our foot up against our thigh. Deep breath in, breathe out, reaching forwards for that knee, shin, or foot, depending on where you're feeling today. We're going to hold that for a bit, and then we'll switch to the other side. Okay, everyone take a deep breath in and out. See if you can get a little deeper. We'll switch sides in 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and switch. Extending the opposite leg out. And deep breath in. And as you breathe out, reaching for that knee, shin, or foot. Making sure to keep that flat back for this stretch as well. So we don't want to be arching as we reach. We want to keep that flat back as we reach. So we're stretching that hamstring and not the lower back. Okay, from here, we're going to be moving into our first core exercise. So we're going to be transitioning to that in 3, 2, 1. We're going to go into some Russian twists. So coming onto our back to start, and then raising up. So the higher we raise up, the easier it's going to be, the less intense. The closer we have our torso to the ground, the more intense it is. And we're going to lift those feet off the ground and go side to side, tapping the floor with our hands on either side here. To increase intensity, we can also extend the legs out farther and lean down farther. Okay, this is going to be working those obliques as well as the rectus abdominis, little transverse abdominis as well. Really working on that core here. Okay, after we finish our Russian twists, we're going to be rolling over into a tabletop position. Transition to that in 3, 2, 1. So coming out of that into our tabletop right here. Then we're going to be moving into cat-cow. So as you breathe out, you're going to arch into that cat position. And then as you breathe in or come into the cow, the chin goes up, extend the chest forwards, just like so. Breathe in, and then out, we're coming back into the cat. And in, cow. Breathe out, cat. Just go ahead and go with your breath on this for a little while. I'll let you know when we're going to be moving into the next exercise. Our next exercise is going to be thread the needle. So let's transition to that in 3, 2, 1. So we're going to spin around here. Stay in that tabletop position. We're going to take one arm and put it through, coming down onto our shoulder. If that's too intense, you can stay right up here. This is going to be stretching those deltoids in the shoulder as well as some upper back, opening those rhomboids up. Take a deep breath here and breathe out. See if you can sink a little deeper. Switch to the other side in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and switch. Coming down to the ground, using our triceps here to lower ourselves slowly so we're not making our adjustment too quickly. Again, you can come out into this position for less intense. More intense, we can bring our head all the way to the ground. Take a deep breath here, in and out, relax down into the stretch. Okay, we're going to hold this for another 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Coming out of that, we're going to be moving into some push-ups next. So we have 2 variations here possible. We can be going into our full push-up position on our toes, just like this, and then lower ourselves down and back up. Or we can come from our knees, just like that. Either way, we want to be keeping our core engaged. Make sure our glutes aren't up in the air. We have a nice flat level body for the entire movement. Come down to 90 and back up. Go at your pace here. If you feel you need to switch into the knees midway through, that's just fine. Make sure to keep breathing. So we're going to breathe in on the way down and out on the way up. This is our last exercise on the floor before we come back up standing. In 3, 2, 1. Let's come onto the knees, lunge it out nice and safely, come back up to standing. We're going to start with some high knees here. Low intensity, we're not trying to go super fast. And then we reach our palm onto our back, grabbing on the tricep, pull that arm back, nice tricep stretch. Okay, we're going to switch to the other side in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and switch. Palm onto our upper back, grabbing on the tricep, not the elbow, and pulling back. Keeping those legs moving. We're starting to work those hip flexors now. We're going to be moving into a straight-legged lunge next. Transitioning into that in 3, 2, 1. So the straight leg is the back leg, and then we lunge forwards with our front leg. Okay, we're opening up our hip flexors here as well as our calves. Then we're going to add in a row to work that upper back. So once you've found a comfortable position here, making sure that your knee is behind your toe, you're going to extend those arms and row them back, pulling your shoulder blades together and engaging your rhomboids on your upper back. Let's get 3 more reps here. 1, 2, 3, and we're going to extend the arm up on the same side as the leg that's going back. Extend up, reach over, and start to open up our lats here as well as our obliques. Deep breath in and out. Deep breath in and out. Go ahead and take 1 more deep breath and we'll switch to the other side. Come on in, up out of that, and lunge back with the opposite leg, starting off with some rows, again making sure the knee is behind that toe. Extend the arms up, retract the shoulder blades. Breathe out as you come back. In and out. Get 2 more reps here. 1 and 2. Then reaching overhead, opening up that side body, the lats, the obliques. Take a deep breath in and out. We're going to come into cardio, our last section of cardio in just a second. Take 1 more deep breath. Exhale, come out of that lunge, and go back into our high knees. And we're going to slowly ramp up the intensity. And pumping those arms, make sure you're getting those knees high for a higher intensity, or for lower intensity, come down right here. Okay, let's start getting that intensity up. Start working hard. Just 10 more seconds now. Keep going, you got it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And done. Great job, everyone. I hope that you enjoyed today's warm-up.